a 30-second silence for all affected by Hurricane Irma. We're going to have a 30-second silence for all affected by Hurricane Irma.
Yes, thank you. Yes, cricket love, we pick it right at the Souffle Mini Stadium. We had them on Johnson Chance going on with Gary Matre. Here are my two West Indian players. One Jamaican Towers and St. Lucia Stars. South CASTRIES NAGICO won the toss. Back ball, sorry.
Yes, good evening to you and welcome back to the Sufre Mini Stadium. We're about to see the start of the game number 4 in the Senator Premier League. South CASTRIES Lions, NAGICO South CASTRIES Lions, they're playing against the MICOUD TRAILBLAZERS as Xavier give it balls to Sylvan Charles, and this one is wide outside the out stump. Leo signaling wide. I'll go through the lineups in a bit. Both teams battle of the greens. Emerald green, I think, is NAGICO South CASTRIES Lions. As Xavier Gabriel to Sylvan Charles, short, and it beats the keeper, bouncing just in front of the keeper, and going down to third man. And by signal by Empire. So we're well on the way in game number 3. Earlier on we saw City Blasters defeating the Grosley Knights by some 9 wickets. Xavier Gabriel will be bowling to Andreas Hippolyte, right-handed. Andreas Hippolyte, Xavier Gabriel bowls wide outside the outside. He just it beats the man down there at third man into the boundary. It goes 4 runs. This one was wide outside the out stump, and Hippolyte just guiding it down to third man, where the man coming off the third man boundary was very lackadaisical about it, and it just bubbled from his hand through his legs and went into the boundary for 4. These are not playing. So it's Xavier Gabriel bowling from the players' pavilion. He'll be bowling to Andreas Hippolyte. He bowls short. He's on the back foot trying to work it off to leg. Not getting any bat onto it. So leg by. The score moving on to 7 without loss. And the guilty man down there was Shalry, as Gabriel to Charles, and he plays at this one and misses, and through to keeper Junior Peter. Xavier Gabriel working up a head of steam there, forcing Charles to play at this one, just beating the outside edge. And through to wicketkeeper Junior Peter. Vanilas Gabriel at mid-on. Tonya Simon at mid-off. Gabriel bowls this one down the leg side. Wayward delivery. And Empire Leo signaling wide. Gabriel having the tendency to spray the ball a bit early on. As Xavier Gabriel runs away once again into bowl to Sylvan Charles, and he drives down the ground. Tonya Simon makes a tumbling save there at mid-off, but batsman safely through for a single, and the score 9 without loss. So 9 without loss at the end of the first over. Joe, pretty quiet over apart from the first ball, which the second ball of the inning, which Michael Shallery allowed to go through him down at third man for 4. Nine without ball. So the teams quickly: MICOUD Trailblazers being led by Gary Mathre, Cyril Charles, Sylvan Charles, Richard Peter, Gavin Serrier Jr., Leslie James, Andreas Hippolyte, Kevin Augustine, Hazel Shalry, Rowan Lesmore, and Owen Lubin. The NAGICO South Castries Lions being led by Johnson Charles, Dwight Thomas, Mervyn Wells, Kester Shalmine, Colinas Calendar, Junior Peter, Tonya Simon, Vanillas Gabriel, Xavier Gabriel, and Milan David Michael Shallery. It will be Colinas Calendar, the left arm seamer, to take up the attack from the far end, the Riverside Gym end. Left arm, and you come in left arm over, and he'll be bowling to Shervin Charles. Left hand, and he goes for a big drive outside the out stump. Just shapes away from him a bit, and through to the keeper, Junior Peter. So, Joe, the South Castries Lions with Michael Shallery, Xavier Gabriel, and Colinas Calendar, 3 seamers in the lineup. I haven't seen the pitch. We would have thought they would have gone for some more of the spinners. At this one, he guides it down to third man, and Xavier Gabriel picks up and throws into the keeper, or single to Shervin Charles. Takes the score on to 10. Oh, Sheldon Isidore has been left out. The guys left out: Sheldon Isidore, Kevon Lewis, Daniel Jabatis, Nixon Edmond, and Daniel Duran. Yes, I'm sure the captain and the coach and the manager had a bit of a headache from last night. So it's always nice to be on this part of the fence where we can always just speculate and make our own decisions, not having to be taken into account. Yes, yes. So it's Calendar to Andreas Hippolyte. Tries to run it down to third man. Joe, it seems that he is trying to get himself out there, trying to edge it to either keeper Peter or Johnson Charles at first slip. Well, I guess he's been tempted by the fact that there is no third man, and if he gets it through the cordon there, it's 4 easy runs. But as you say, it's getting out short, flirting with danger. As Colinas Calendar bowls to Hippolyte again, and a loud appeal, and he's given out. He's given out, and as we indicated earlier, he was flirting with danger. Calendar again getting the ball to go across him there, and this time it took the edge, and Junior Peter coming up with the catch. Well, you said unfortunate, Joe, but fortunate for some, unfortunate for others. It will be fortunate for the NAGICO South Castries Lions supporters. Fortunately, he got the edge, and it will be unfortunate for the Trailblazers supporters. Unfortunately, he got the edge. So, NAGICO Lions striking first blood with the wicket of Andreas Hippolyte being caught behind of the bowling of Colinas Calendar, and Calendar has not been bowling as much as he should after suffering 1 or 2 injuries, but it's good to see he's back in bowling form, and giving the new ball here today. So it's Calendar over the wicket to the new batsman, and he's back and across in behind this one, pushes it back along the track. And the new batsman is Gavin Seria Jr., having represented the West Indies youth team. As Calendar running in, bowls to Seria, and he lets it go down the leg side, and umpire William signals wide. Calendar just getting carried away there a bit, Joe. Well, the old adage says stick with what works. And he bowls down the leg side again, and another wide. And I think skipper Jonathan Charles will be having a word or two to say to Calendar in a while if he continues along that route. Okay, Joe. So it's Calendar over the wicket to and it's going to be, oh my goodness, he was setting up for the single, the ball going straight to Mervyn Wells at backward point, and Mervyn Wells just taking his eye off the ball at the last moment. Seria was almost halfway down the track, Joe, but Wells fumbling, and Seria having time get back into his ground. Yes, so at the end of over number 2, it's 12 for 1. Pretty good over from Calendar, apart from the wides. 3 runs coming off the first over. So Xavier Gabriel, another wide down the leg side, and Sylvan Charles just watches it go through to wicketkeeper Peter. And sure, it's a case of the bowler just trying to put in the extra effort. And yes, very much so. Xavier Gabriel, an experienced campaigner, having represented the Windward Islands at a senior level. Bowls, this one's outside your stump. Sylvan Charles, one hand off the bat, trying to hit it through the covers. Only able and hit it back along the track on the offside where Dwight Thomas does the fielding. So just quickly around the field, it's Tony Simon that made off. Dwight Thomas extra cover as we break. Xavier Gabriel to Sylvan Charles, and he hammers this one through the covers. He's not going to get 4. It's Thomas and Wells. It looks like chasing. The batsmen go through for 2. It was another short delivery from Gabriel, and if Gabriel was looking anything at the game before, we realized that there is not that sort of pace and bounce in this track, and would better be served trying to bowl the ball on a tighter line and length. Gabriel again into Charles, and short, and he pulls this one around over mid-wicket and goes into the boundary. 4 runs. As we said, Joe, Xavier Gabriel guilty of hammering the ball in the middle of the pitch, bowling some half trackers. Pitch not suited for that, and given the right treatment. Gabriel again to Sylvan Charles. This time outside. Yosemite drives it over. And it goes into the boundary. Another 4. 4 more runs. This one was foot outside the awesome, and Charles going for the drive, hitting over the infield, and down to the boundary it goes for 4. Yes, and we see skipper Charles just having a little word to Gabriel there, saying, hey, these half trackers, can you cut those off? So it's Gabriel again to Chauvin Charles. Bowls 1 footer up, and he drives. Off the edge it goes to the man at backward point. Looks like Mervyn Wells. No run. Chauvin Charles also represented the national senior team, also the under 15s, also the under 19s, so went through the system. Under 15 up, also played for the Stanford Pro team. Gabriel again, this one he just guides it down to third man where Shalry, not Shalry, that's Calendar. Just bubbles a bit, but the batsmen not able to capitalize on the fumble, and 1 more run to the score. 24 for 1 after the third over. Yes, so it's 3 overs gone. Azavi Gabriel going for some 19 after 2 overs. Should be some concern for skipper Charles. As Calendar bowls, and it is one straight back over long, and it goes 6 runs into the road. It goes. This one from Calendar, further up to the bat, and Chauvin Charles just launched into it and hit it over long on for 6. Yes, a brave shot there by Chauvin Charles, but one of the things about Calendar is sometimes when he opens the ball, and when he has the ball in his hand, he sometimes just goes through the motion, not putting in the sort of effort you would so desire. So that should be a wake-up call for him. Chauvin Charles has a bit of experience behind him, couple national caps. Calendar also a few national caps, junior caps that is. Yes, so the replacement ball, box of balls comes out. While the South Castries Lions take some time to regroup. I'm sure Captain Charles will be, Captain Johnson Charles will use the opportunity to say a couple things to his players. Yeah, change of tactics. So far, Chauvin Charles, he's on 19, partnership of 20 so far. It's 30 for 1. Calendar 1 for 9, the only wicket taker to date. Gabriel 2 overs for 19. Very disappointing. 2 overs from Gabriel. Yes. And his Calendar into Charles. And he tries another short delivery and tries to pull this one through the onside. but hurrying onto him and only able to get it into the extra cover region where the man from mid-off runs around and picks up. But they threw for a single. 31 for 1. Charles goes to 20. Some 7 extras. In the over number 4, Calendar bowls to Serie. Serie gets one off the edge and a dive and stop there by Mervyn Wells. This one, Serie just guiding it down to third man, and Mervyn Wells diving to his left there at backward point. And batsman still able to run through for a single. Yes, nothing better than to see your fielders putting in the extra effort for you. As we see Calendar into Charles, and he tries to hit this one to the onside. Let's see if there's any bat onto it. Yes, there was some bat. So Empire Williams taking eternity to come up with a signal. So leg by. Almost 2 weeks passing before the signal coming from Empire William. So one more run to the total. 33 for 1. As Calendar again to Serie, and this time Serie not getting bat on, hit on the front part there. And score remaining on 33 for 1. Calendar into the last ball of his second over. 11 runs so far coming off the 11 balls he's bowled so far. Bowling from the far end. Calendar into Serie and could do nothing more than played back along a track off the hand of Calendar, cannons into the stump. But Charles, lucky not backing up too far. And no run. 33 for 1. And it's the end of the over. End of the 4th over. MICOUD Trailblazers, they are now 33 for 1 after 4 overs. Yes, and I think that was also on the cards. Change in bowling at the pavilion end. We see Michael Shallery taking up the attack from the top end. Another pacey bowler. Yes, one of the things we saw in the practice matches, he spread the ball quite a bit. So Captain Johnson Charles will be hoping that Shallery would have learned from his mistakes in the practice games and concentrate on bowling line and length. And he'll be bowling to Shervin Charles, left-handed Shervin Charles. He's bowling come from over the wicket and bowls to Charles, full ball. And it drives down to mid-off, the right of mid-off. Vanillius Gabriel runs around, makes sure he has it covered. 1 run, single, 34 for 1. Charles goes on to 21. So, field changing to accommodate the left-hand, right-hand combination. Shallery just held up a bit as Serie takes a guard. And Shalry supporting the number 6 on his back. Runs in to bowl to Serie. Bowls down the leg side he goes. And it beats the keeper and the man down that fine leg. Into the boundary it goes. 4 wides. And the signal now coming from umpire Leon's. 4 wides. And Joe, as we said, looks like the practice games, the indisciplined bowling we saw from Shalry in the practice games continuing. This one was quick and down the leg side. Did not give keeper Peter a chance, and it went down to the boundary for 4 wide. So 5 runs added to the total, 39 for 1. As Shalry runs away again, bowling to Serie, full delivery, and this time goes to it goes to Dwight Thomas at extra company as it through at the stump, miss, and the 2 guys backing up there beat both of them, and the batsman picking up some 3 runs. So the score moves on to 42. So the bowlers definitely, Joe, they'll have to tighten up.
Yeah, after taking that only wicket, now I'm being so sloppy in the outfield. The bowling is
Yes, definitely. Definitely the 2 fast bowlers from this end, Shalry and Gabriel, definitely not bowling as well as we know they can, as Shalry bowls. But he's bowled him! Yes, he is. He's bowled him. This one was pitched just about on the outside. Charles was shaping to cut through the offside, got the bottom edge of the bat and played it onto the stump. So Shalry picks up the wicket of Charles. Charles goes bowl for 21, and Joe, after some innocuous deliveries by Shalry, he picks up the wicket of Shuvin Charles.
wide, well, you make no sense. But as he pitched the ball up, then he got a wicket.
Yes, and if you bowl in the corridor of uncertainty, then the possibility of you picking up a wicket is very high. Exactly. And the first ball that Shalry had on target gave him a wicket, where Charles, looking to play through the offside, got the under edge and went onto the stump, and Shuvin Charles makes his way back to the pavilion.
And that's a good wicket for the South CASTRIES Lions, because Shuvin Charles was really hitting that ball, and he was on a mission. But it's very good that the South CASTRIES Lions got that wicket.
Yes, and the new batsman walking to the crease is Richard Peter, another player we could probably call a veteran. Peter playing for the senior St. Richard side, I wouldn't say many moons ago or many suns ago, but a couple years ago. So Shalry, we're thinking about it and saying, yes, let me stick to what works. He'll be bowling to Peter, Richard Peter. He bowls this one on the stumps, and Richard Peter just works this one off the pads, and the man Milan David runs around from mid wicket to pick up 1 run. 43 for 2. We're into over number 5.
But Brian, so there was some element of danger in that shot, because to me that ball was on the middle and leg stump, and he and he worked it off his pads there. So
yes, Richard Peter, one of the batsmen who favors the onside. As Shalry again, he'll be bowling to Serie, short, and Serie tries to pull this one, only succeeds in getting it through. Extra cover, Dwight Thomas and Xavier Gabriel almost in a collision there where the batsmen pick up 2, taking the score to 45. And one noticeable thing about the 2 bowlers from this end, Joe, both of them trying to use the short pitch delivery. As Shalry again, they'll be bowling to. And the thing, and this one is up in the air. Will it be out caught? Oh, the keeper making a meal out of this one. And the batsman threw for a single. So let's just go back over this one. A short delivery from Shalry, rushing on to Seria going for the pull shot a little late on it, taking the top edge. Wicketkeeper Peter, Junior Peter that is, trying to make a catch of it. The ball was swirling around and he got nowhere near it. And it found itself all the way down to the boundary where Calendar was able to just cut it off while the batsmen helped themselves to 2 runs.
Yeah, it was a good bouncer and he had the batsman in all sorts of trouble. But the ball was always moving away from the wicketkeeper. So it was always a difficult catch and the batsman lives to fight another day.
Yes, a bit of difficulty, yes, in the catches. As you said, it was always moving away from the keeper, so and he was running back. So a bit of difficulty there. So we can put it down as maybe a quarter chance, not a half chance.
Yeah.
Probably a quarter chance there.
Yeah.
So it's Calendar to continue. So far he has bowled 2 overs for 11 runs, picked up 1 wicket, and we bowling to Peter. Peter just works this one out into the cover. Dwight Thomas again throwing, and Dwight Thomas that sometimes is a little over enthusiastic. This ball, there was always a single there, and all you should have done just to settle the ball in his hand and just allow the single.
Yeah.
So it's 48 for 2. 48 for 2.
But Dwight Thomas always like to be in the game.
Yeah, in the thick of things.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's calling us Calendar as some slight change been made there by Captain Johnson Charles, as we see calling us Calendar again. This one he works it out into the cover, moving Wells from backward point, runs wrong to his right, picks up, no run. Moving Wells, formerly of Monrepo, and played for Monrepo in the District League cricket.
As you mentioned him, Brian, but his batting has faded away a little.
Yes, and we'll come to that a little later on, as another short delivery from Calendar, and Seria trying to pull this one through the onside, not making contact, being hit on the inside of the thigh, and Joe, that can be a very stinging blow there.
Oh yes,
those
Brian.
of us who have been hit there before.
Yes, Brian. It's not an easy thing at all. It's very stinging, well, as you said.
Yes, this one just hit just above the inside of the pad there, but Seria seems to be okay, and Calendar to resume from the top end. Collins kind of bowl short delivery again, and Seria is equal to it, just taps it out into the offside where Captain Johnson Charles picks up. That's the sort of pitch where somebody like Johnson Charles could come on to bowl 2 or 3 overs. Gentle seamers.
Yeah, it's a pitch that you just have to bowl line and length and just try and make the ball move.
Okay, that's Calendar again to Seria. This time he's through him this time. This one was further up to the bat, and Seria seemed to be late on this one. By the time he played at it, it was through to keeper Junior Peter.
Yeah, but Calendar is a strong lad, and he's very deceptive at times in his bowling.
Yes, and as you say, Calendar is a strong lad. Maybe when I get a chance, I'll give you a little story about our friend Calendar and his strength, Joe.
All right.
As Calendar runs into bowl to Oh, and the keeper again untidy there. This one going through keeper Peter. Down to the boundary it goes. Let us see. 4 byes. So this one pitching just short of the keeper. And keeper Peter not able to get his feet together and going through the legs and down to the boundary for 4. And that has been another noticeable chink in the armor of the South Castries Lions. The keeper, Junior Peter, not an established keeper. Peter known more for his batting. But in the practice games that we have seen a number of deliveries just going through. Extras a healthy 17 at this point. Healthy 17 at this point. Over number 6 just completed. 50 has just crept up on us. 52 for 2. The Trailblazers. 52 for 2 in 6 overs.
Yes, and they are going at a very good rate. And just losing only 1 wicket. So the NAGICO South Castries Lions will have to really try and put a brick on the free flowing of runs by the MICOUD Trailblazers.
Yes, John. As we speak, the music is playing, and for the first time we see the Peter dancers trying to
exercise themselves, Brian.
I wouldn't say exercise. I think more bring some attention to themselves.
Okay.
But we've been clamoring for that from last week. Seem to be falling on deaf ears. But there's a change in bowling from the pavilion end. It's Milan David, the left arm spinner on, and we bowling to Peter, and Peter comes forward, strokes it out to Johnson Charles at extra cover. So we have seen the experts of the spinners from last night. So spinner on, left arm spinner, he bowls wide, and he hits it down to long off, where Xavier Gabriel, the long frame of Xavier Gabriel, picks up, and the batsman threw for a single, taking the score to 53 for 2, and we in over number 7. So Milan David, left arm, maybe bowling to Serrier, comes in, bowls, and he's bowling. Is it? The keeper, yeah. The keeper, we're getting a little overexcited here. The batsman there